Hi guys, how you doing today? Welcome back. I want to do a little video here, share with you my sleeping. I am on a 3-inch mattress pad. Got my pillows plopped in the back, and then my seats are all the way up for my pillows. Really comfortable. These are Reflectix. I have cut out. They keep the heat out, and then of course, here on the side of my vehicle, I have vent shields or vents. I can crack my windows when it rains or when it gets really cold. I don't run no heater, no buddy heater, no nothing like that. I have a thick uh, sleeping bag, and then I layer up, and I keep myself warm that way. But in here, I've got my EcoFlow, my power station, 1000, and then here on the corner, I have a little USB fan, and then my paper towels hangs right up through there. Really convenient, and then I have a blanket if I get cold at night. It's just to break the chill off me. Very comfortable. Very comfortable. I sleep better here than I do in my old bed. And that's funny at times. But this is a lifestyle that I have chosen that I want to do. And I'm pretty happy with my choosing. I have been asked if it's going to last me a while. Yeah, but I don't know how long. Probably till I get tired of doing this. Share a little video right here through. If I go back in and start telling you some more. Guys, this lifestyle is great. It has its challenges. It really does. I think the only challenge that I have personally is the cold. I'm not a cold nut. I'm really not. Warm weather, spring, fall, I love it. But the cold, that's a definite no-no. On top, I got my basket I put on top through here. My solar panel fits in there perfect. I don't have it up in there yet. And it's mainly because I am on the fence between a 4Runner or a van after I leave the Blazer. So I'm kind of deciding going toward the van. What do you guys think? This little space versus a little bit bigger space. I am hidden. Nobody messes with me. I leave early in the mornings, right when I get up, and then I come right over here. I got the bike trail right on the other side of this hill, which you will see in the next video, I'm sure, because I spent a lot of time there, or over here walking where the swings are here along the river. Guys, this car camping, it's it. I'm happy. There's a lot of people doing it, and there's a lot of people not doing it, and there's a lot of research. And car camping's up, van living's up. It's all up because the housing market's crazy. And I'm not for one to pay $1,200 a month on a rent, and I'm just not going to do it. This guy, no, no. I got my freedom. I've got everything. I'm happy. The only thing I had to sacrifice with my apartment was comfort versus saving money. So I thought, saving money, I love camping. So I said, why not? Let's do it this way. The bugs are out today because of the heat. Big surprise. I'm safe. I'm safe while I'm car camping. I can't sleep out here. I can when the park opens at 7 o'clock, but I can stay out here till like 10. And then I go to Walmart. And then I move on. I'm busy. I'm hygiene. That's another one. Guys, consider where you're going to grab your showers. Because for $10 a month, you can go to Planet Fitness, go work out, grab a nice shower. They're open 24 hours except for the weekends. That's the only bad thing about the weekends. Some places close early and they don't through the week, and it should be the other way around, is what I think. The squirrels are out here, not out at the moment. There was people out here playing tennis. This is usually where I come out and I hang out. This is what I do. So here's a funny for you guys, which I kind of found it amusing. So I was talking to one of the guys I work with, and we was talking about this type of living, and he said something about saving money and not working for the man. And I already mentioned to him what I was doing, because I have been doing this for a few years, and we was talking about digital nomad. And he looked at me like I had two heads. And he's like, "Yeah, I understand the digital nomad life, but how do you acquire the skills, or who trains, or anything like that?" And I told him YouTube, excuse me. And I told him YouTube is where you learn everything. I said the Lord taught me how to build a website. I said I already have a little bit of knowledge of writing. And he was like, "You got a website?" And I laughed. I said, "Yeah, I got a website." So, and I do have a website, keeplivingabroads.com. It is about this type of living. So I do post, and I have not posted anything lately, and I just got it linked up a couple days ago. So I'm pretty grateful about that. But anyway, he looked at me. He says, "Kev, really?" I said, "Well, of course." I said, "Aren't you doing anything like that?" And I said, "Yeah." He said, "No." And I looked at him. I said, "But how are you going to do anything if you want to be with your children?" And he looked at me. He goes, "You got a good point." And I said, "Yeah." I said, "I can understand." I said, "You don't have to worry about doing anything like this with anybody." I said, "Let's just your girlfriend or your wife." I said, "And if you're both into this," I said, "phenomenal. That's even better. One can do each." I said, "But other than that, it takes time." So I'm explaining the whole process to him, and he's just like, "Wow." And I'm already looking at this, and I'm like, "Wow, Kev, you already know this, and you're already out to help the community, and you taught a cycling blog. Why not start teaching this too?" And I thought about it and thought about it. I'm like, absolutely, it's the best thing to do. I said, I want to travel, and I want to be a digital nomad as well. I said, and I can do both, but I can't travel and be a digital nomad. So the skills, I got to learn the skills, which is no problem. I'm learning the skills, and of course, all the analytics and all that stuff with this. So as I'm learning, and I have shared with you guys that if you can teach me, I'm sure I have some stuff I can share with you as well. So that's part of the goal, is to build a community and for us to help each other. So if that's something you're interested in, please join. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I post videos once a week. I am working my butt off trying to get two, and I'm learning with the one, and I'm having a great time. I am having so much fun. I really am. I got the enthusiasm. I got the excitement. Of course, I did tell my supervisor, and he was just like, "Huh." I said, "Yeah." I said, "Kev don't want to be tied here forever." I said, "And I don't know about you guys, because I'm sure you don't want to be tied to somebody for 8, 10 hours a day. You miss out on your kids' activities. You miss out on your wife, or your wife missed out on your husband or boyfriend, whatever. Why not?" And I said to myself, everybody's doing this. Why not me? It's my turn. It's my turn to help somebody, because as many videos as I have watched, they have helped me. So it's time to help somebody else do the same thing. So thank you for watching. I greatly appreciate it. Leave me a comment if you liked the video. If you didn't like the video, tell me. And that way I can build something more on it. And if you got some kind of value, share this with your friends, tell everybody, or keep it to yourself. It's up to you guys. But regardless, I'm not going nowhere. I'm going to be right here. I'll be out here in the fathom of space or here in the United States of Ohio. So you guys have a great day. I will catch you in the next video. Take care of yourself. Stay safe. And as the Lord always says, I created this. This is your playground. Take care.